So when we look at Genesis, the first chapter and the 14th verse, Barashit, and we see Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the firmament, in the shamayim, in the
Astronomical.
heavens." So
So
when
as
we
you
see
see here,
these
as the sun is
lights,
setting, in the setting,
these
right, the
lesser
order
lights,
of
there
the
was one light
twilights
to
and
rule the day, another light to rule the night. So when we look at these lights, ma'ors, this luminous body. So when we see the lesser lights to rule the night, Katan, and we look at the night and we understand the significance of Nut in this land of the night, the hidden land, the Kim, the ancient capital. So this land and its twilights were the measures of the seasons and time.
the nautical and the astronomical. Now, 180 degrees on the other side of the earth around Dubai, they are experiencing the exact opposite of what we are seeing here in the astronomical. So when you look at the twilights, right, there's three.
So this benefit of the twilights here in this coast was to travel along these tropics that they could measure along the Tropic of Cancer, around the summer solstice, and the winter solstice, Tropic of Capricorn, when the sun was in its southern portion. These things were measured by these twilights, by these angles. So when you look at the astronomical angle, what you got to understand is how Tesla used free energy, right? Understanding the spiritual, the unseen. This spiral, this golden mean spiral, is this astronomical measure, which is measured by the human body, which is in tens hour windows of 90 minutes, where the nautical is in the 12-hour, right, window of 60 minutes. So the measures of these different twilights of the sun's setting, right, is why when we look at some of the regions above the tropics in the polar regions, why they experience during this time of the fall and winter, this period of darkness and cold, is because the sun is in the southern region, in the southern, headed towards the southern tropics. So these regions in Alaska and Canada and these regions experience a pole of cold. So we look at these ice in during this time in the west, and the limiting famine and death in the land of death, and during this time of the west. Understand, when you look at Aminet and the hidden land, and Amun, which is means to be hidden, right? In this ancient land, Ame, Amu, and Mu, and the western people, the Yalamu, and hearing the call. We understand the calling Kara, and the Karaba, and the Caribbean, in this region of the West Indies. These Indies on both sides, when you look at the East Indies over there, 240 degrees, right? Or the East Indies at the 60 degrees. When we understand these regions, these gates, and how time and observation of the whole earth, right, was measured at some of these sites here in this ancient land, in this ancient capital. When we look here in where the equator region is, and we understand what takes place in the fall in the Yucatan, right? When we see the Temple of the Warriors in Chichen Itza, the Tula, we understand the sons of Issachar and Tula, and the mighty men in the Temple of the Warriors, the Gabar, and the helmets that you find of the mighty men of this culture that they don't know how ancient it is, but we understand the ancient Kadim, the ancient men of the East, and prehistoric prime Mayan